Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip-hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again.
Yeah, May's been a busy one, as we were saying before we started recording. And it's a shame we're two down. We've only got the three of us. It's myself, Sam, and Neil today. Unfortunately, Kieran's not here, and Theo is on a well-deserved holiday. So yeah, just us three this time. We should probably start off by talking about our little field trip, our grey area get together at the Tyler concert recently, the Chromacopia World Tour. What is it, 2nd of June now? So we went 2 weeks ago today. What's our thoughts on that 2 weeks on? How did we feel about that show in comparison to all the other artists that we've seen live?
Let me frame my situation first. I saw him in Birmingham 2 days before you guys, and I had to bite my tongue, and not in a bad way. And then on Monday, once you guys got to see it, because of all the logistics of everyone trying to rush home, we didn't really get to sit down and talk about it. So this is the first time we're talking about it. And I'd like to hear Neil's point of view on this, because Neil was like, not the weakest fan coming into this, but he's definitely like coming in off one album and doesn't really know much about this guy per se. So What was your perspective compared to all the other rappers you've seen perform? How does this sit for you?
Oh man, first and foremost, I want to say he opened up so magnificently, like in such a phenomenal kind of cinematic way. It's what I thought it was back when we did the review of Chromacopia. It was very much theatrical and very much like it was a scenic type music, the way he introduced himself, and like straight out the back, it was like, bang, I'm here, I'm in your face. But I loved it. The whole show, I loved it. I thought it was great. Again, I didn't know all the songs. I knew most of the songs from Chromacopia. The songs where he played his old ones or his dusties or his classics, I knew some of them, but not all of them. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I was really surprised because compared to, like you said, Sam, to other rappers, he really moves and he's dancing. He's doing the most. Even though he's rapping, you would think he's a Chris Brown or a Usher or something. Like he's really like hitting steps and very animated with his performances. And comparing to people that I've seen the likes of Jay-Z, Kanye West. Who else have I seen? I've seen Nas, Ja Rule. I've seen a few others. I can't name everyone off the top of my head. But yeah, I've seen quite a few people, and most of them not have this much energy.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? Most rappers are trying to feed off your energy or hype you up, right? So they're like, yeah, bounce. Whereas for me, Tyler's like, I'm up here doing my thing, and you're fucking with my thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's nice to see a rapper put on a show. Yeah. Because I haven't seen a rapper put on a show like that. I've seen rappers have a show happening around them with dancers and set design and whatever, but the rapper is never letting their ego down or, you know, putting their ego to the side and do it. Bro, Tyler was up there grinding. Do you know what I mean? Moving.
I felt like we was in his, like, a fly on the wall in his room. Yeah. Like, you know, you're having a feel good day and you put some music on and you take the hairbrush and you singing into the mic, rapping into the mic. I felt like he was just going crazy, like no one was watching, like he didn't care, like he was just enjoying himself. And
that's partly my complaint though of the B stage is that there was no performing happening on the B stage. It was very much like what you said, we're in his bedroom, we're in his front room, we're a fly on the wall. I'll be honest, if you're going to play a song, play the whole thing, and if you're going to play a song, at least do your verse. Like there was a lot of times where he just did, both shows I went to, I came in thinking, oh, maybe he just didn't do it today, maybe he's not feeling it. But even at London, he just didn't do him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of just like, you guys sing it, I'm going to wave this umbrella. And I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, I thought the show was at its best when he did the joints from the new album, especially the opening. The first like act or the first third, whatever, was incredible. I did enjoy the nostalgia of that section, but I know what you mean. There was a dip in momentum and energy for sure. But overall, he's one of the best performers I've seen live, just period. He's just... Yeah, like you said, the energy, the versatility, just the presence. Like when he came out, oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Oh my
But
goodness.
let me put this out there, yeah. A lot of so the best show I've ever seen, yeah, the best show was Tame Impala, but that was highly carried by the Light Show, right? The Light Show was the best thing I've ever seen, next to Watch the Throne, but that's a different thing. With Tyler, he had fire, fireworks,
Mhm.
sparklers, lights. Do you know what I mean? Catwalk, all the things that we've loved about rappers. You know, okay, let's be honest. We love it when they go high up on a platform and do something mad. We love fireworks, we love fire, but Tyler had it all, and it was always like it impacted you in the right way. That beginning bit where he comes out stomping,
Yeah.
and it drops, and then fireworks go. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you kind of just, I don't know what you were like. Definitely the second day for me, I was standing there looking with my mouth open, like, this is fantastic.
Mm.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Well, this was a bit of a different experience for me personally because, as you know, the interesting thing for the five of us is we all got kind of we got a few different vantage points. So myself, Neil, and Theo were standing in the trenches. Sam, you were kind of like what the first tier, and Kieran was like up with the gods, I think.
Yeah.
So all different viewpoints. But for me, because I was taking it a bit easier, what with the gammy ankle, it was I actually was watching the whole thing. Whereas usually I'm like in the mosh pits and I'm like just kind of, not really seeing what's going on. So that was cool this time. And yeah, there were moments for me as well where I was just kind of standing there like in awe, just being like, this guy is in his element, at his peak. It felt like a privilege to be there. But I just want to quickly, Neil, what was your friend's name? I want to shout them out.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to Ashley, man. Ashleen, she's my friend from work. She also works at O2, and she hit me the message and saying to meet her, just to say hello. So I went to go say hi, and then yeah, man, she blessed us with Golden Circle standing tickets. So yeah, she didn't have to do that. She looked after us. She introduced us to her friends. We got us drinks at the bar as well, man. Yeah, she looked after us. So yeah, man. Shout out to Ashley, Ashley Ann, because yeah, thank you for that. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was sick. It was absolutely really sick.
Sorry, that took me ages to find. I would have done it while he was talking, but I couldn't even find the word clapping. You know what? That was crazy to me because you guys already knew. I told you, I was like, I've got seats up in the fucking sky, yeah? I'm not sitting there. I'm going to get a better seat. And when I sent you, man, the picture, it didn't go through. So I rang you. I was like, look where I am. And you guys are standing where you were meant to be originally. You're like, how the fuck did you get there? I was like, this is it. I do what I want to do. The world bends around me type thing. But then when I'm looking for you guys, I'm like, I can't see them. And my sister's like, I can see Neil because you had that silver jacket on. Yeah. She was like, he's under the walkway. I was like, there's no way. That's not Neil. And I'm like, there's only so many people that look like that, though. Yeah. And I'm looking around for lookalikes. I'm like, there is no lookalike. Yeah. So that's Neil. That has to be Sean, because again, you're the only person wearing fucking blue in this concert. And I was like, how the fuck did they get there? So, everyone had a little finesse going on, but poor little Kieran, he just had his little introvert vibe up the top, but, different strokes for different folks.
And Neil, what was it? What was the name of the room? Was it the Blue Room? Is that what it was
Blue
called?
Room.
Blue Bar. Yeah.
The Blue Bar. That was it. Yeah, that was nice, man. That sorted us out because we weren't feeling a certain support act before that. Not to hate, but
listen,
Little Yachty,
Little Yachty was crap both times, right? And I want to put this out there. I want to put this out there. In Birmingham, yeah, he acted like he didn't even want to perform. Like he was like just like rubbing his arm, asking for a towel, like even though he wasn't sweating. And then on Monday, I thought maybe it's like London, he's gonna get gas. He not only is he terrible, yeah, but he has good songs and he refuses to perform them well.
Yeah,
that fucking penguin noise he's making. Yeah. Stop that.
Yeah,
stop
irritating.
that immediately.
Irritating.
Play your part, right? People know your songs. Play those songs, play them well, and just get off the stage. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I think that generation, like we had a chat actually in the bar, the three of us, about the kind of the new generation, the kind of void. We were talking about Pop Smoke passing and things like that. Do you remember, Neil? And I think we were talking about how a lot of the sort of newer generation, they're not great performers, and that's maybe part of why they don't have the same longevity. No, and I think now, especially in this last year or so, I think it's become cool again to try. If you get what I mean, I feel like when you look at whether it's Kendrick, whether it's Tyler, Doechii, like they're putting their all into their art, whether it's the performance or whatever. And this whole phase of just kind of putting out as much music as possible, not really caring. I think it's shifting a bit. I do think it's shifting.
But do you know what's annoying me about Little Yachty, right? Little Yachty's got 3 different content trees he could go down, right? He's got that kind of neo soul shit he could be doing. He's got the proper rap stuff he could be doing, and he's got like the singy auto-tune rap. And it's like he doesn't pick one and just do it, like, and it makes for a very disjointed like affair. Like you can't actually build a fan base if you just do one of each like all the time. Like when he did that song with J. Cole, I was like, okay, like Lil Yachty's a rapper now. I'm feeling it. He's talking some stuff. Then he just doesn't do that anymore. Then he made that neo soul stuff. Then he's back to doing that kind of whiny auto. I'm like, bro, please give me somewhere so I know where I stand.
I just didn't understand the word he was saying.
Yeah, nah.
I couldn't get into it. I was trying my hardest to. I was hoping that maybe with the crowd around, I might feel the energy or see why he's so liked, but it didn't really it didn't have any positive effect on me. To be honest, he went down in my estimation after that.
Same. I was plotting to actually sit out Little Yachty, but I thought, I'll just go in. I never even saw any of Paris, Texas, by the way. Both days I didn't see Paris, Texas, because my little sister, she's like, I'm just here to see Tyler. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything else. And I was like, well, we're standing, so we want to get into the room a little bit early so we can kind of get into position.
Yeah.
But
we caught the back end of Paris, Texas. I mean, I know, like I've checked them out before. I've not really got into their music yet, but I saw something with them. I got it. If that was a difference. I think it's like, do you know what? I'm maybe not on this hype train yet, or like it's not for me. But I get, they were performing. Do you know what I mean? There was an element of like craft there and effort.
I know Kieran likes him quite a lot, so maybe we're missing out. Maybe we're just like not tuned into it. But to take the conversation back to Tyler, I mean, there was a few mishaps in the concert that I think Neil has something to say about. He believes he was being spoken to directly.
Oh man, yeah, man. It was kind of awkward because, as I've said and so Sam's mentioned as well, I'm new to Tyler, and there's bits in his performance in the middle. I think it was when he went from Chromacopia to his older songs. It went a bit. It didn't go flat for me. Just that I didn't know the songs as well, so I was very much kind of just arms folded at times, waiting to know the next line or the next song. And as well, the kids or young people were hyped, jumping up around, jumping on my foot and that. So I was kind of a bit grumpy at times, like, come on, like this is long. And then Tyler, he just said something about this nigga's just so.
No, they said there's this older black dude. Yeah, he was looking at. I've got the audio. I'll try to snip it in here. But he's like, this older black dude. He's looking at me.
I don't know who he is, but it is a black man with a beard over here. And every time I look down without a mic, I could just see this nigga's disappointment. Black nigga, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I see a Caucasian see me fuck up. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, it just disapproves it. It's just, I'm just there like shit.
It's a good impression.
It's like, please don't tell me it's me. But all the eyes on me, like everyone just shifted to me. I was like, fuck. But if I acknowledged that comment, it would have felt like it was me. So I was like, let me just pretend as if it wasn't me and just keep smiling.
Can I put this to you guys as well, right? Obviously, Sean, as the resident white man here, you feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Why is Tyler's audience so white? There's no black people in that whole audience. I thought Tyler's audience was like middle-aged black people, like people that look like him, but it seems like his audience is actually younger white people.
No, I mean, I don't know the answer, but I know that because I saw Odd Future like 13 years ago at Reading Festival, and at that time, do you remember, I wasn't into Tyler, I wasn't into Odd Future, I liked Frank Ocean, and that was, and a bit of Earl maybe, but that was predominantly white, like the kind of, remember the sort of early 2010s hipster vibe, it was that kind of crowd. I don't know why.
Because he makes music for black people, like alternative black people. I'm not saying I'm an alternative black person like that, but like, he's talking about black issues and black things.
Yeah, I understand. I think I'd say definitely more so with the sort of this latter half of his career so far. Yeah. I think those early days, I don't know, he was kind of on a horrorcore vibe. It was like there was like an Eminem-esque thing to him with the content, and I know that you could, especially when you look back, you could hear the Neptune slash Pharrell influences. You could see the sort of the Motown, the soul music sort of more heavily creeping in as the albums went on. But that just the general aesthetic with even like the way they dressed, like there was the whole skater thing. Obviously it's not just white people that are into that and do that, but I just think their whole aesthetic at that time just maybe appealed to that crowd of people. But then also I was going to say off the top, like every single hip hop concert I've ever been to has always been predominantly white people, especially the bigger the show, the more white people.
Weirdly, and I don't know if you noticed this when we were there, Schoolboy Q had a very black audience. There was a lot of black people in there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but there was a lot of black people in that place, and it weren't like I don't know how to put it. It was gorillas in there, bro. It was like street people in that crowd.
Yeah, that was quite rough, that show, actually, as well. I
was trying to think of the PC way to say it. It was a rough time. It was like young white kids, me and Sean, and then some gangsters. Like,
Okay.
That was the only time I ever had to go and get water as well at a show. I was literally like, I'm going to pass out. I need to go and get some water.
But to bring it to kind of a more kind of forward-looking place for performers, right? Rappers need to look at what Tyler's done and appreciate that you should put on a show. We've watched what Kendrick's been doing, and that's a show of sorts, but it's very much like, oh, I'm going to do a little two-step over here, a little dance over here. It's like, bro, you better fucking perform. I've come in to see a performance. Take some notes out of Taylor Swift's book and Beyonce's book and Doja Cat's book and even Doechie's book. Get some dancers and you get fucking dancing. Like I come here to be entertained, not to just hear you rap a song.
But I think I agree with you, but I think it depends also on their brand. Not because like the way his style is, he's very animated. He's very much diverse in his sound, and he's very playful. I don't think you're gonna get a Bane the Butcher doing.
See, the thing about Benny,
30 guys on stage. For
what Benny can do is what someone else can't do, right? Whereas Benny can come on stage and like have a presence.
Right.
Have stuff happening around his presence. But also Benny's, no offense to Benny, Benny's never hitting them heights, right? He's always going to be in a smaller place with just a flat, regular stage. So he could do some set design stuff maybe, but he does. I'm not saying he doesn't do like high concept stuff, but he doesn't ever allow himself to have the platform to do that.
Yeah. But I think what I was trying to, I agree with you in that. I think what I would say, I think with the bigger artists, like the big ones, that are kind of in the ballpark or higher than Tyler, you're right. They need to, or someone upcoming, you need to take a page out of his book and others before him and put on a show. You don't have to necessarily be dancing, do the most, but you got to be able to draw the crowd in and use everything to your advantage to make the experience.
Listen, even though I'm against it here on the podcast, but low-key I'm not. Even if you just got girls out there fucking throwing arse for an hour and a half, do you know what I mean?
It works though, because like, for example,
let it happen, man.
I think Tyler, he didn't need girls shaking arse, but I think he needed some dancers to help the fluff, because, for example, when you guys was talking just now, talking about the bit where he was doing his oldies and stuff, I think that was also for him to give him a break, because he's just been dancing in this fucking suit, sweating his ass off by himself and rapping all these lyrics. So I can imagine he must be hot and he needs his time to just chill for a bit. So what he could have done is have maybe some kind of cinematic or some kind of dance and kind of role play, whatever, to kind of.
There's also a lot of bits. There's a lot of bits that I felt, especially in the new album, that lend themselves to group activity, right? So like Sticky, he could have brought an HCBU band.
Oh yeah,
that would have made it so like what Milchek did, Sean.
Yeah, or
Severance.
Beyonce.
If he'd have brought that out and did what he was doing, that would have took it to a new level. Because it's always exciting to see other people doing stuff, right? And I feel like a lot of the problem is because of how big because of the size of the O2. There's a lot of time where you're just focusing on one point or the screen, and the screen was not always interesting to look at. So then you're just looking at him, and it's like, nah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one moment that I feel was absolutely flawless, fantastic. Hats off to you, Tyler, for thinking of that. Is in Look Like Him. The second that like shower of the metal shavings thing started,
yeah.
Wow.
That is so powerful.
Wow.
I can't explain why. You know what I mean? Like it was just amazing.
Yeah. No, it was. That was That Goosebumps, that one for sure.
Also, shout out to the lady that was in the audience got hit with the microphone.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
that was
Did you
during
see her
Sticky
get
as
hit
well,
with this
wasn't it?
microphone?
no, we didn't see it, but
Nah.
it made sense when he said it.
Yeah, because I
I-
clocked that I couldn't hear him, so I was like, I'm thinking, oh, is his mic cut? That's what's happened. But he was chucking the dollar bills, wasn't he? And he said he told the crowd, sorry, he said he accidentally put the mic in his pocket and then threw the mic
Yeah.
threw the mic
from what
down.
I could see, right, especially because I had a view straight onto the platform, the mic drops like in the corner of the platform. It didn't drop off. I didn't see anything drop down. So
Right.
I think what he heard is it hitting the floor as opposed to hitting like
Ah,
somebody
okay.
below him. But I definitely saw it drop. And for you guys, you must be like, why the fuck is he performing? I was like, because his microphone's on the floor over there.
Yeah.
And my fucking tech audio person brain is like, where's the next mic coming from? I look down to the main stage. Some guys run out and it's like hiding in the bit back there. I'm like, bro, just run out and give it to him. Like, don't be that
Yeah.
person who's shook. Like, you. Okay, let's put it this way. The second you realize he's not got a mic here, your job is to get him a mic in the next like minute, if not two. To leave him for a whole song without a mic, bruh. Someone's manager was screaming at them in their headphones, like, just give me the mic. Like, no.
Yeah, because no one cares. No one cares. Like
Nah.
if you just run straight on and give it to them,
They will
done.
applaud you for that, because I've seen moments where Beyonce stuff fucks up and like her dancers fix it for her, like outfit changes and stuff. But it's so seamless, you don't know, because you know they're just taking care of it. But in this case, no microphone. Obviously, luckily for him, Sticky's not really his song, but his verse is fucking hard. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a bit like he's just there flailing over the band. I was like, do your fucking verse, because I don't know your verse like that, and no one else did. That was the sad part.
Yeah.
No one was really knowing the lyrics like that.
Yeah, I thought.
No,
that
I ain't
about the
gonna
crowd,
lie.
actually.
I thought that the crowd around me, they was singing them lyrics, bro.
Yeah, but in Birmingham it was like way louder. The whole
was it?
the whole arena knew the whole song.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Everybody knew every lyric. In London, people were kind of like, is he gonna do fucking what's that one? Okay. See you again. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like London people just like, if we like something, we love it. But if we don't really like something, we'll just stand there and be like, just keep it stepping. You know what I mean? Like,
Fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Tyler. I will see you again. Didn't mean to do that. I will see you again, but I don't know if the next album will be the one that I see you for. I might see you when you're doing your victory lap tour in your late 30s, like a Usher is. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing the greatest hits. Because I just wanted him to come out and do this whole album, I'll be honest. And he didn't. He did bits and bobs of whatever. Like, maybe I just want to hear my favorite songs for like 4 hours. Hi, Sam here. And when you hear this noise, just know you're hearing from Kieran and Theo. They've had to voice note in their opinions because they weren't on the recording, but we didn't want you guys to miss out on their views and opinions. Thank you.
The Tyler concert was amazing. I think that to pull that off as a solo artist, it's just top tier. Honestly, like, there's only a few artists I've seen, like, all by themselves that have been able to do things like that. Like, for example, even Kendrick used Baby Keem at his concert to like get it more ampy. The only thing I would say is, and I saw this at a Gaga concert where she had these backing dancers, and I just feel like the marching band stuff Tyler's doing, and also thinking about like Beyonce Homecoming as well. I feel like having a marching band or a few like dancers doing that, just selling the vision that Chromacopia has. I feel like that would have taken it to like 11 out of 10. But yeah, still is 10-10. I have to say that.
Tyler, man, well, honestly, that concert was unbelievable. The energy, the performance, everything that Tyler brought was just incredible. Loved the whole set. Loved that, how he started off with Chromacopia. The energy was just off the chain. The bridge set in of like when he was going off, throwing the money, the hilariousness of when he dropped the mic, it's the comedic factor, the going in, changing the vinyls, showing a different album, just the vibes going through the whole discog of Tyler. It was just phenomenal. Like the energy, just the scene, the fireworks, the pyrotechnics, however you bloody say that word, towards the end. It was just a phenomenal performance, an absolutely epic gig.
I would love to see him again, but I think I think preferably in a festival setting where I can see like multiple artists.
He does his own festival.
Well, even that, or something like a Coachella or something like that, or if he was at Glastonbury, something where like a big lineup and he's there doing his thing, then yeah, I don't think
That's my next goal. I want to go
Mm.
see him at Camp Flognaw. That would
Right.
be a fantastic time. But that's a whole trip to the US, and
Yeah.
I have to talk to my connects out there to blag a better ticket than what I'd be able to get. Like, it's just I'm not trying to do that right now.
Yeah.
But apparently,
I feel like
according to
that could be
Tyler,
a great area thing. That could be a
that would be a
you know
crazy
what I mean,
trip.
a Coachella or a camp, whatever you call it, or a Dreamville Fest.
Apparently Tyler's next album's finished.
Oh,
Apparently, he said it in an interview with Converse that this album was done in 2021 and the next album's done, and then they were like, "Oh, what's it sound like?" And he's like, "You'll just have to wait."
okay.
I think he likes to, from what I realized from that interview, I think he likes to stack up albums. I think he likes to do like 2 at a time, and then tour one, and then put out the next one and be like, "Oh, okay, that worked, that didn't work, or I like this, I like that. I'm here now, I'm there now," and then yeah.
And he used to be every 2 years he dropped, and then this one was a bit longer, wasn't it? It's like 3 years, maybe.
So I'm guessing maybe because of the pandemic, he had that thing where it's like he wasn't living, and every album he does, it's like you get his life in it. So maybe where he wasn't living or didn't have much going on, he just didn't have much to say. You know how Andre 3000 is like, I ain't got nothing to rap about. I think Tyler's in that same boat where if he ain't got nothing to rap about, he's not going to force it. You know,
Andre will say that and then drop like feature of the year, and you're like, really? Really?
Well,
rubbish.
I mean, shout out to Kieran. I mean, obviously this ain't the singles segment, but he put the new Andre 3000 stuff on there. I'm like, this ain't rap music. Like,
What, the piano?
yeah, it's on there. It's on the playlist. But all right,
little interlude.
Let's get cooking with some gas now. Let's get moving. Harry Mack firing the booth.
Man.
I wish
Stop
Theo
it.
was here to talk about that.
Oh, my
Hopefully he drops a
goodness.
little voice note that I can drop in somewhere here.
Harry Mack, what can I say? This guy is goated, man. I've been riding this journey for ages. So to see him doing what he's doing and go on the platforms like Fire in the Booth and just absolutely kill it is just unbelievable. Like the level of skill that is needed to do what he's been doing is just phenomenal. He gave you everything in that freestyle. He gave you everything that he could walk. He was talking his shit. He did double time. He did similes, acronyms, you bloody name it, like schemes, storytelling, like just it just blows my mind. But some of it that he was doing was just phenomenal. Like the Amazon Prime scheme. No, I'm sorry, that was phenomenal. But the beard dye and the quick thinking and what he's able to do and the pictures that he can paint with what he was doing when he came from Ireland and to England, and then going double time on a drill flow. What can this man not do? It was absolutely breathtaking. I've watched it so many times. This guy never fails to amaze me, and it's just unbelievable what this guy can do. And he needs to go on more freestyle shows, and people need to recognize that this guy's the GOAT. And I can't actually see any freestyler that's even close. The technicality and the ability that this guy has got is just second to none, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And he just needs to continue getting his flowers.
But Jesus Christ. Drop one of them.
Drop one of those bombs.
I'm about to drop the whole fucking, you know what I mean? I'm about to do the fucking strip off bitches. Here we go.
It's crazy, absolutely, and it's crazy because I think was I the last person to?
I don't know. I was the
to it?
first.
I think maybe in the group. I think I was the last because I'm getting ding 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 on my phone, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, okay, what's going on? Like, I'm missing something now, and I think this whole month's been crazy musically anyway. So I'm thinking, what could it be? Hit the Harry Mack thing now. I see how long
you
it
know
is.
the worst thing is,
Fuck,
you
it's
click
actually
it,
a
you go
long
20
video.
minutes. I'm not watching 20 minutes. Then it gets going, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm watching 20 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. I'm like, nah, there's no way. Absolutely no way. And yeah, as you guys know, like bar from bar, like he just kills it. And the thing as well, like there's one thing freestyling, but there's another thing freestyling at such a level where your metaphors or your similes and just the flow of the topic is just so concise and to the point and just so impressive. It's just
I think the thing for me was in the beginning, I was like, is this going to be one of those ones where like Charlie starts fucking him up because he's not saying the words right, or just it's not sounding right. Like, this is gonna piss me off. But then he's even playing into that. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll keep going, like, hit me again. And then he's like, do the punchline for me. Like, you know, he really, in the beginning, he set me up for, like, this is gonna be a good time. And then it got to a point where I was like, everything in my body wanted me to flip my desk over and punch my monitor. I was like, this guy is doing too much. Too much.
Yeah.
And some of the things where it's like, when he got on a scheme and kept going with that scheme, I was like, yeah, a lot of rappers can't do this. And when I say a lot of rappers, I don't think anyone else can do this. Like, he's done it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, kind of like you're saying, the whole flipping out. Like, I'm on the train on the commute home, and I'm just there making the most disgusting face at my screen. Like, what the fuck am I listening to? Because I'm just in awe of what he's doing. Like you said, with the schemes, like he played on it not just for one bar, he did it for another bar, until he gets.
And sometimes he was bringing it back. Like, I was like, this is nuts. This is nuts. Honestly. Obviously, yes, listen to the rest of our podcast. But right now, pause this, go listen to Harry Mack Fire in the booth, yeah? And tell me if you're not ready to go run outside in the street and scream to the heavens. It was like the middle of the day, yeah. I'm in my house going, oh my God. Like, my neighbors just thought, like, what's happening in this man's house? Like, I was screaming.
What do you think, Sean?
I mean, you've all summed it up. You've both summed it up. There's not much more I can add. I think that, see, Harry Mack's been doing this a while, right? And I've seen the videos of him like rapping in front of Kendrick and this person and that person, wowing them. But the thing that did me this time, it wasn't, and sorry if I'm repeating, it wasn't just like the fact that he's going off top, or even just the fact that he just, you know, he's constantly in a pocket and changing pockets as well. It's the depth of the schemes and the metaphors and that's what I can't. He's the definition of, you know, that the whole 10,000 hours thing, and you become a master. That's him. And then,
you know what the thing is as well? There's a level of intelligence to it as well, to know all these things, to be able to talk about them. Like, he went AI. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, ChatGPT. Then he's talking about NVIDIA and chips and different. I was like, he obviously we know this stuff as well, but like the average person who's going to try freestyle might not even be able to go that far. And, you know, it will feed in nicely into what we're going to go into after this. But the art of freestyling is not what most people make it up to be. Like, yes, obviously some of that's like he's written it or he's said it before and he's using it again. But to be able to do what he did in the way he did it, it's a skill unlike any other that I've ever seen. And also, I want to say, our intro is Harry Mack rapping, by the way, and that is from a long live stream that he did. Theo put his hard-earned cash in and said, can you shout out my podcast? So that whole Everything I Spit Rare with Shining Dank, Grey Area podcast, talk about hip-hop, all the way in the UK, so they'll get props. That is literally a snippet of a live stream that he did that was probably, 5-6 hours long. But yeah, we've been rocking with Harry Mack for a long, long time. Obviously, if you've been hearing that over the last 4 years, then that's Harry Mack. So you like Harry Mack?
Just go. Another thing I'd say about that video as well, and why it's important to, because it can be easy to just stick something on in the background and not watch, but to watch the video, is that the thing with Fire in the Booth, and I'm sure people do know this, right? But I think some people maybe don't, is that a lot of these freestyle series are quite performative, and that there'll be multiple takes, and that a lot of the time the rapper comes in and they will have written something or they've memorized something for that show. And you can kind of tell it by Charlie Sloth's reaction. There is a performative nature. In this one, he is like so gassed. He's like getting so excited, like screeching. He's like going crazy, banging the table, and you can tell it's real as well. And that's the nice thing about it, is it's
But to jump back to someone we were just talking about, Tyler the Creator also freestyles, and everyone in Odd Future freestyles. I don't know if you've heard some of the old Odd Future freestyles, Neil, but there's some stuff that's really impressive, really, really impressive. But it's stupid what they say.
Is it one with Frank Ocean in it?
I'm not sure if Frank Ocean's in it, but there's one basically where El sets up a hook. He's like, lettuce, something, crumble. And then Tyler comes in with this mad, like, what's that guy that did that? Danger. Mystical. He comes in with like a weird mystical type flow. Like, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy. But freestyling's interesting. Kendrick freestyles as well. Drake has never freestyled in his life. I know that much. But yeah.
Common, shout out to Common. Common's like
common, yeah.
I mean, we've done a goat talk series about this, and we will continue to do them over the years. But we love freestyles that are actually. When I say a freestyle, I don't mean a song that's not like out. I mean like something off your brain, like a stream of consciousness. That's what I'm trying to see more often than not.
And shout out to Alexander T. He's
freestyle
man.
champ.
He can go on for days.
Goat. Give him some bombas. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you guys will never hear this, mainly because I feel like we couldn't get everyone to agree to put them out. But for the past 8 months, maybe a bit less than that, every Friday in the group, we select a beat and we do a freestyle. Some people, they take their time, they write something, or they just write something and do whatever. But there's two fucking beasts in there. Yeah, I'm one of them. But Theo's the real beast.
Hey,
there's fucking beasts that switch the mic on and get fucking
don't
busy.
Even start. Don't even start. See,
but it's one of those ones, where it's just a bit of fun. And realistically, because of how the podcast is, I don't think it's fair for people to sit around and talk about rapping if they don't give it a go themselves, or at least appreciate the art form to the level that we do. Like, so we've spent a long time doing this, and we've obviously got a song out there as well. Scroll back down through the feed and look for Yacht Rock 3. That's us, having a go. But the next one we put out in the near distant future,
it's gonna be a problem.
You're about to lose your head, because I'm telling you, the levels have been upped every week, right? And it's like everyone now is like, I'm hungry for a song. I want to write something down. Do you know what I mean?
Some Marvel Avengers type shit.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how therapeutic it can be to do something like that. It's not all about saying like the most violent, wild shit you can. Sometimes it's actually just getting a whole bunch of shit off your head, or just having fun. A lot of people, especially as you get older, like maybe mid-20s, early 30s into your 40s, people don't have like fun like that, like playing around. Like me and Neil used to sit in sixth form and freestyle all the time, banging on the lockers and talking absolute shit. Yeah, but it's like, to do it as an adult, you feel a bit silly, but then you get past the silly point and then you take it a bit serious. You're like, this feels good. This feels good.
No.
And even if you're shit, like person listening, even if you're shit, just do it, man. Fuck it. Especially if you're in the car. The car is a safe space. Whack them beats on and get to fucking yapping, bro.
I was doing it yesterday, man. I was yapping away in the car, man. Oh man, it was funny as fuck.
You gotta have some time to just blow steam off, man, and that's definitely a great way to do it. But talking about blowing steam off, fucking hell, Joey Badass. Emphasis on the badass part. I wish I had like some Western music in here, because he is on some dangerous activity.
There were questions in the group, though. I'm not going to name names, but there were questions before this really kicked off.
No.
There was. I'll be
honest. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
I don't rate Joey Badass. I don't rate Joey Badass, right? I never have, right? He had one good project many, many moons ago, and he hasn't popped up since. But now I've been in the deeper workings of this beef. Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm going, I understand who you want to be, but you're not that guy. But the way he's approached this beef has kicked up a bunch of fuss. But even the fact that he's replying to the people that are not the target person shows me that Joey's really about it when it comes to these bars. Kendrick's not replying any way, shape, or form. No. He's never going to reply. You might get a few little subliminals there, but the uproar he kicked up. And shout out Sean and his mega document.
So for context,
you guys talk about this.
This all kind of started up again, this conversation with Joey and the West Coast with the Red Bull Cypher freestyle with Big Sean, Absol, and Joey Badass. And this was one of the better ones that I've seen out of the freestyles from Red Bull. These three was quite interesting because obviously Absol's on the west, Joey's on the east, and they're very playful with it. Their verses seem to intertwine as if they were bouncing off each other's verses, and the clever wordplay. And I think they made it clear that this is a friendly kind of competition. This ain't nothing more than that. And I think it was good for the fans as well as the culture of hip hop, for us to kind of see these kings come together and grace the mic with their skills. So yeah, that brought up the whole kind of conversation because there was a few references and Joe
references. There was direct shots in Joey's verse. What do you mean references?
There was no holding back, no pull punches from Joey. And Absol still put his stamp down and say, "Yo, I'm still West Side, so don't forget it." And I think the humor in this, I'll get back to Joey and Ab, was someone said to me, this is another funny thing, is that Big Sean had another big moment, but it got kind of shadowed with the Joey stuff. And it's like, that's so cold because Sean's verse was hard.
2025 Battle Royale, crazy. Never felt too serious, which was a nice feeling. But good for the sport, good for lyricism, really good to resurrect some people. Like Joey, let's be real, he's been gone for a minute. Daylight coming out and just showing like he could be a goat, like the way he's barring was insane. And to be honest, Ray Vaughan, like, fair enough, it's boosting his album rollout. Like, I like it. I was feeling that as well. Especially the Red Bull trio, that was sick.
This is the problem, right? You want to put the best person first because they'll make you listen to the rest of the track, right? So the sequencing of these verses were perfect, but Sean did something crazy. Absol came through, held it down, and then Joey Badass was like, "I need attention," and just, do you know what I mean? And absolutely did too much that you forgot about Big Sean.
Yeah. But do you think that's all off the back of the control? Do you feel like he realized the formula is like, fuck it, okay, it's my turn to flip the script?
So I genuinely think, Joey Badass is still stewing about the control verse, and that's why this is what's going. It started off in the beginning of the year, right, with the rulers back and all this kind of shit, all that whatever was going on there. But he was like, "This is my time to shine," and I'm still pissed off about the control verse, so I still want to get at Kendrick. And it's like, realistically, no one's thinking about that, but now we are here, sat down, thinking about it, talking about it, and then all these other people came to Kendrick's aid. Like a lot of top dog people came to Kendrick's aid, and then Daylight, however you pronounce it, he popped up. And I think that's where this kind of got a bit lost for me, where I was like, "What? Why did you do this?"
So I never even thought about control, to be honest, because it's so long ago. My thing was more. I might have said this on the last episode or just recently, but the Kendrick Drake thing took up just so much last year. It just was a complete monopoly over rap, like at least mainstream anyway, to the point where it's almost like we've got this like barren wasteland where rappers aren't dropping and albums are coming and going because everyone's still talking about Drake and Kendrick. And I thought that Joey just saw an opportunity to sort of, ride the momentum and just be like, because it's been a conversation for a while, like what happened to New York, what happened to the East Coast in terms of like, moving the needle and running the game and whatnot. And I just saw him.
But the thing is, right, it was never.
For me,
it was never
I know
East
he called out
Coast.
Kendrick, but I didn't. I always thought that the Kendrick thing, like I think even Joey knew Kendrick's not going to reply, but someone a bit further down is going to, and it's going to cause something.
I just want to put this in there. It was never East Coast versus West Coast when you actually look at it from a historic perspective. It was Bad Boy versus Death Row. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, there were East Coast rappers that were getting at it, but all the East Coast rappers were beefing with themselves. Wu-Tang never really beefed with anybody like that. Do you know what I mean? It was like, it was Bad Boy versus Death Row. And now it's like, it seems like it's Joey is on his own on the East Coast. Because when people mention New York, they're not talking about Griselda, even though that is New York. They're not talking about the people from Buffalo. They're talking about New York City, the 5 boroughs, and all that kind of shit, right? So Joey's on his own right now. No one else is really repping New York that hard. But there's so many people repping the West Coast, right? But again, all those people are mostly just top dog people.
Or like affiliate, connected. Yeah. In some way.
I mean, Kendrick's technically not affiliated with them anymore, or affiliated with them anymore.
He'll be forever. Yeah.
He's forever tied to them. And it's interesting to, when you dig into what Joey was saying, a lot of the ways he was rapping, like we just talk about freestyling and all that kind of stuff, but like he was rapping like a battle rapper. Like how battle rappers will take one scheme and keep running with it. I don't remember exactly what song it was, but he had this dog scheme where he was like running through this dog scheme, and he talks about Dropout Reason. And I was like, oh, this is showing you a level of Joey Badass that I didn't really know existed.
The thing I liked about this was there was only one point where it got a little bit uncomfortable for me when Capital Steez was getting brought up. Just bringing up the dead is always not cool, but just even the nature in which he died and whatnot. When we were going into that territory, I was like, hang on. And in fairness, Daylight kind of pulled it back and explained what he was doing. But other than that, I just thought this was just friendly competition, exactly kind of what many of us love hip hop for, which is that competitive nature and getting back to the bars and moving on from the sort of this sort of stagnant period that was going on sort of pre the beef last year. And it was never really like I say, other than that brief moment, it never really felt like a beef to me. It was more just like I mean, I've heard a few things, like people calling it the battle royale, other people calling it the 2025 friendly fade off or something like that. And
Yeah, it's like a
all sorts of
spar.
different names.
It's like a spar. Sometimes sparring can get serious, and me and Neil were
Sparring,
actually talking about sparring the other day, and about how like you're trying to break down your opponent, but you're not really trying to hurt each other like that. It's not like a Drake and Kendrick where they're trying to destroy each other. And we can discuss that again if we really wanted to about who really won that beef, right? But in this case, Daylight or Daylit, however you pronounce it, I'm not too sure, and
Daylight,
Joey were sparring hard, but unfortunately, Daylight is like a veteran, man. Like he's a battle rapper, and battle rappers literally do a diss track every week, if not on the fly. Do you know what I mean? Like that's where this beef got a bit ahead of Joey, and
he's known for getting nasty as well.
But it comes with the battle rap territory, right? You always get dirt on somebody and then bring it in, or bring in some kind of item of theirs, or this and that. It's a performance battle rap as well as a rap, kind of element to it. But yeah, Joey got out of his depth, and I've listened to a lot of it. I haven't listened to a lot of the side stuff, but yeah, Joey,
really,
you got your ass
that's interesting because
Really?
I haven't heard them all, but from the reaction that I've seen and from hip hop fans or like journalists, they're saying Joey like he just killed it. Like he
came at a level that I never knew he could come at.
I'm hearing people saying that he won.
Yeah, I think he won. I think that if you talk about the I guess the intelligence of like Daylight's bars, like how sort of like layered some of the schemes are and things like that, and the references, then you go, that's where I'd probably give it. But as we know, it's more than just the bars. I think with these things, and like we talk about songs like back to back, sorry, and how it plays in the club, and that's a big factor in why it's considered one of the best diss tracks of all time. For me, Joey made the best songs out of everyone, and also had that, like you mentioned, like there was that one track with the dog scheme and that, and then the last track he dropped. I'm forgetting all the names because there were so many songs from just all sorts of artists, but where he was like. It was a full-on West Coast sound. He was flowing. Everything was like, it was a proper like piss take basically, but also like homage at the same time. The fact that he's able to kind of get it down to a T like that shows that he does have love for the West Coast. I had Joey winning it, but for another reason was just the fact that like, other than I know CJ Fly from his crew and like dropped a couple tracks, Nick Caution as well from Pro Era. There weren't really many people from New York or like the East Coast really coming to,
because there's no one there. Who would you expect to come through and say anything?
It was just like artists that like, I can't remember his name now. I really wanted to remember who it was. Someone who's really sort of come out strong from this. But people basically like trying to
Holman.
That was one person. Yeah, there's another one. I'll look it up as we're talking. But basically, like there were people that were taking advantage of the opportunity of the situation to like get some more limelight, and credit to them. But there wasn't really any like established names other than like within Pro Era that were coming out to be.
Why would you want to?
I'm not even asking why. I'm asking who could come out and do anything at this moment in time. Okay, if Jay-Z comes out and says like, Kendrick, you're shit, then it's over. But you know what I mean? That's not going to happen. If Nas comes out and says, New York for life, it's over. But none of those two are coming out. Who else could come out?
No. But I mean, like, not to back Joey, but more to just like to defend their region. Their coast,
hey, look, if you got a killer and he's killing shit, what do you need to get your hands dirty for?
But do you think? But the thing is, I know what you mean. But but I heard this. I was listening to. I don't know if any of you guys ever check out Culture United. It's run by Justin Hunt, the company man, and there's like a load of different like rappers, YouTubers, journalists, all sorts. They get together and talk, and they were talking about who won, right? And someone made the point. They were like, yeah, but what was the knockout blow? What did Joe? What was the one track that ended it from Joe?
I think it's Judge's decision.
That's what they were saying. So it's like, if we're looking at, say, like the 1-2 punch from Kendrick of Meet the Grahams to Not Like Us was the KO. Joey never
even
had
that,
that.
right? You look in hindsight, and you're talking about better songs. Drake "Family Matters" is a bang, like a 3-part banger. Do you know what I mean? Not Like Us is not actually a good song. It's a hit, and hits aren't always necessarily good songs.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
I don't like
I know what you
Matters.
mean about Family Matters. It's definitely like, at least on a just to the ear, it's it sounds great. But like back to this one, it's like, what did again? Joey won for me, but like, what was the? There was nothing where I was like, oh my god, he is absolutely decimated Ray Von or Daylight. There was never that moment. Do you know what I mean? So
He's putting in some heavy blows. But like we're saying, judge's decision here. Nobody's wrong when they're saying who won, but I don't think it's over. That's the problem. It's died down. You know, for 2 weeks it was going absolutely fucking crazy, but now it's died down, and it's gonna culminate in. I think Joey's gonna drop his album later this year, and we'll see there whether or not the knockout blows there in that, or if he wins on points. But unfortunately, for a lot of the rappers that have stepped to the plate, no one's checking for them past this. If anything, this is the most shine they've got in a long time. Like you said, Sean, a lot of people just trying to get the limelight.
I think it was good for Daylight and Ray Vaughan, but I feel like Ray Vaughan didn't capitalize off this moment like he should have. I thought,
He had an
yeah,
album out.
exactly. Like
I think
this,
I mean, the album was already doing well, right, or being well received. I think so.
Same with Reason. I was listening to both albums. I was like, oh, these are good albums. And then when they got into the beef, I was like, is this necessary? And I'm like, I guess it adds more streams, technically.
I feel like he could have rolled up that wave a bit more and brought more fans into his world. But I feel like he kind of fell short on that, in my opinion.
Yeah, what was it? Was it the Golden Eye track? I think he dropped. That people weren't really feeling that one. And then Daylight kind of, for lack of a better phrase, waved the white flag with his one with end credits. I think so. It kind of allowed. It made it a bit easier to say Joey won this.
Do you think that be because he got some backlash from mentioning capital C's?
Possibly. Do you know what? I don't mean to be rude. I think Daylight was just dropping too much, man. It was just too much. It was like everything that was on his mind. He was just releasing music.
He could listen to your reply and go back and say something immediately, because that's what he's used to doing. That's his mode.
Yeah.
Whereas Joey had to go sit and write something or whatever, try again. It's like literally we're hearing like one take.
But how do you know though? Because sometimes, like,
he's a battle rapper.
I
That's
know
what they do.
Talking about for Joey though, right? He's a rapper.
I'm just assuming. I'm assuming he makes songs.
Right.
Songs
So
need to be written.
if you're a rapper and you make songs, right, and you get going up against a battle rapper, you're thinking to yourself, I'm gonna have to come my hardest. There's no B grade, C grade shit. I have to come my best performance. I'm killing this guy. I'm getting him out of here because everyone thinks I'm the underdog anyway. So I'm gonna have to rip your fucking head off and let people know that I've got the skills. So I think that's what Joey did. I think he's like, I'm not backing down. I know who you are. I'm gonna show you what I can do.
And the other reason why I think Joey won is like he's kind of achieved what he set out to do, in my opinion. I think that I think he, like, some point last year was like, do you know what? I wanna make a comeback. I've done my acting, I've done my modeling, I've done this and this. My relevance as a rapper has gone down over the years. Next year, I wanna come back. How do I get back into the limelight? And of course, we're not talking like the levels of like Kendrick, Drake, Travis, of course. But at the same time, it's like now, I mean, I would have checked a Joey album anyway because I like Joey. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I like Joey. Now I'm like, I really want to hear an album after all this personally. I want to see what...
That's what I'm at. And that's the way to come back in, right? Kick up a bit of a fuss with the people that have been holding it down and be like, all right, now you're looking at me. Here's something for you to really sink your teeth into. But it depends whether or not the album does what it needs to do. Because over the years, I've listened to a few Joey albums and none of them have really wowed me. And it's like, we have this conversation all the time. I feel like we have it, near enough every month. It's like, an album is an opportunity to bring people into your world or to show them something. And I don't think Joey's ever done that. He kind of just does like a bunch of songs and it becomes like a playlist of like, oh, this is good, this isn't good. And then that's it.
I felt like he had a bit of... I mean, in the beginning, he had loads of momentum, like the 1999 mixtape. And
yeah, again, that's just MF Doom ripoffs. So it's just like, you know what I mean? You really got good beats. So you just got to spit on those good beats. It's not hard.
But he had a big following for as young as he was as well. And Pro Era there was that time where you had ASAP Mob and Pro Era and Flatbush Zombies. There was a lot going on in New York at the time, and they were definitely at the forefront of that, and I think that people seem to like the first couple albums from Joe. I liked them as well, but they didn't grab me. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't albums that have sort of stood the test of time for
They're
me. So
not
maybe you're
asking to
right
be
in that
listened to.
sense.
Do you know what I mean? They're not like, I need to hear this again type albums. They're just like, oh, that was all right.
But you know, I wouldn't say that Joey fell off. I think he just went on to different ventures. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
because of that,
I think he's got a lot of potential in him, and you
Yeah.
know, I'll reserve my harsher opinions until I hear this album, because this album might bring him back, and I might go, do you know what? He's actually really good. But
Yeah.
for now, he's shown that he's got a level of ability. Just need to see that level of ability become something a bit more intense.
the only other thing I wanted to ask in regard to this was, do you think this was a missed opportunity for other regions to get involved, or like other artists of that kind of similar stature to make a name for themselves, particularly if they're building up to albums and things like that?
Like who?
I.e., that's the South. Do you think there could have been anyone from the South that could have come in and, you know, repped for that?
I don't know. No names come to
Yeah,
mind.
Jordan, I think anyone, like, if you got the ability, like if you really got it, you have a chance to do something. Because the thing is, when you toss your hat in the ring, firstly people will be like, who is this person? And then they're looking at you like, okay, like how good is he? Like, is his boss hitting enough to even be taken seriously? You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's a good, like, for example, Corday. That's how I knew about Corday, because he was talking about, it's like a kind of sneak this in J. Cole and someone else, I think. And the old rappers, when we did that freestyle thing in the barbershop. What was it called? I can't remember, but he was pretty, I think
Yeah,
it was off the back of, I think, No Name and J. Cole that time. And I think for me, I was kind of like, okay, let me look into this guy. And I kind of gave him some limelight to him. Ray Vaughn, for some people, not for everyone, this could be an introduction for him as well. For some people, new fans, to be like, why, like, who's this Ray Vaughn guy? Like, why is he shooting at Joey and all that kind of stuff? So I think Sean, you're right. I think some people could have capitalized with it, but you got to be smart with it, because if you do it and you miss, it can do the opposite effect. And it can.
Yeah. For sure. Because I was thinking about this, and I thought there were people that I used to consider Joey's peers, people like, say, a Vince Staples or a Denzel Curry, but now, like, especially Vince, like, he's got nothing to gain from something like this. He's not going to stay, and I think his personality, he's not up for this kind of thing. But anyway, those kinds of artists were there. Then I started thinking, oh, what about Jid? But then I was like, no, he's probably in album mode. He's also starting to really take off. Like, maybe this is like, it would be a step down for him to get involved. I saw Mick Jenkins drop that track. That was like the only notable person from outside of East or West that kind of got involved, but then it didn't really go anywhere. The one person though that I'm left with,
Mick Jenkins dipped his toe in there and dipped out.
Yeah. But there's one person where I'm like, this could have been an opportunity actually. Chance the Rapper. I feel like Chance, because I know that he's building to an album. There's been a lot of singles and that, but we know that his popularity is massively dipped from like 2016, 2017 times. Could there have been a chance for Chance to get in there and just?
I think so, but not in like a rap battle way. So I think if he referenced them in a very like smart, lyrical, clever way without picking a side, I think it could work. Do you know what I mean? But I think if he came out swinging, I don't think it will land how.
Yeah, I don't think that's how Chance comes across, especially because he went on that, not like Bible angle, but he definitely went on that kind of like, I'm Christian, and then, you know, then he has a divorce or whatever, and he was actually like, fuck this, I'm a fuckboy now. You know what I mean? Like,
I think if he kind of referenced it in a very like clever way, like I don't know, like he's like the kid in a divorce between two parents, some shit like that. I don't know. Like if he made it something like that and made it like very like clever wordplay, that would have come off nicely. That's a good shout.
But to answer the question that Sean's got on his doc, for me, Joey didn't win, but he didn't lose. You know what I mean? Like he's kicked up a fuss. What about
I
you,
think
Neil?
he won.
Who
I haven't heard all of them, but just from the reactions I'm seeing from like quite a few people, he's definitely won. Because remember the first one he did quite a while back, people was kind of like, nah, like who's Joey? Like, 'cause even you was acting like that. You was like, why is he coming?
Yeah.
And now this time round, the reactions are different. It's like, oh shit, he's really barring. So yeah, I think he won.
Yeah. If it was boxing, I'd give it a majority decision.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Majority decision. Yeah.
Okay,
You
fair
can
enough.
make arguments for one or two others, maybe, but yeah, I'd say Joey.
Okay. Well, I mean, moving away from all the kind of madness and weirdness of, going to concerts, fire in the booth, and this beef, we've had some projects come out this month, some decent projects, some really good ones, and some really dark and disturbing ones. So, I mean, I don't want to linger on them too much because I feel like we'll cover that maybe a bit more in depth in the mid years next, or not next episode, the episode after the next episode. But Wretch, Home.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Kieran and Theo would have loads to say about this, but unfortunately, neither of them are here today.
So Wretch's album, unbelievable project, unbelievable. That has just been on repeat, non-stop. Love it, love the Caribbean influence, love the Windrush references. Important for the culture, important for people to understand the meaning of what it was like for people when they came over to this countries in the 60s. Some standout songs, Windrush particularly. That song is absolutely amazing. It's like it was talking to my soul and my ancestors were talking to me. It's like having chats from my granddad who sat me down and spoke about the history of what it was like for Caribbean people when they came over to this country. Very important album. So I believe that is, to me personally, is an instant classic and actually will like live. That's just, it's basically just going to be a classic going forward, man. That's gonna age like a fine wine. It's just a beautiful project.
How do you guys feel about this album? Has anyone listened to it or
Yeah. A lot.
a lot? Yeah. Then you've got a lot to say, surely.
Well, look, no, you're right about the other two. I think, especially Theo for this one, because Theo had some really powerful stuff to say in the group about, a song in particular, but just this album in general as well. And it definitely would be good to revisit in more depth at the mid years because I think it's going to come up at the mid years. I'll be shocked if it doesn't. But no, I just think it's giving me a similar feeling like when I heard Bash's album last year, when I heard Conflict of Interest, when I heard Hoodies All Summer. It just feels like that project for Wretch, where it's like, oh, you've like leveled up. This is a concise body of work. Where it's, not that he's not, I'm not saying that he makes messy albums and all that, but this one, it feels like he's really tapped in the themes, the sound, the features as well on this. These are some of the best features all year. I'll keep it short and sweet. For me, it's one of the best albums this year. Easily the best albums come out of the UK this year as well.
Ooh.
That's not an unfair opinion. I mean, for me, there's a lot of great songs on there. Definitely a lot of great songs on there. Some of the features, I'm not saying hit and miss, like, and they didn't hit, but like some of the bigger features, the household names like Western, Kanye, Little Simz, even Scraps to a degree, and we all love Tiggs the Author. I think those songs are really good, and it'd be interesting to see when I say what picks up, it'd be interesting to see what everyone else kind of picks up on song wise, for Kieran and Theo. But for me, a lot of the feature tracks were the stronger tracks. Oh, how can I forget the Gets track as well? Sorry about that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of Wretch's solo tracks and maybe some of the more, let's say, reggae inspired kind of tracks, they don't really hit for me. But that's mainly because the accent he's doing isn't as good as I'd want it to be, and that's just me being very, very kind of picky. Like, it's, like a Jamaican accent sounds a certain way, and when you try to do it and it doesn't hit, then it takes me personally out. For some other people, it might be on point, but for me, it's not on point enough for me to not be dragged out of the track a little bit.
Is there a rapper particularly over here that you would say gets that spot on when they tap into that Jamaican accent or speak patois?
I'd have to think a lot more deeply. Like, there's moments. Everyone has their moments, right? But like, it really does depend.
Big Nasty can sometimes.
Oh God, Big Nasty's one of the best at that. Now you're mentioning it, but he doesn't do like songs like that. He just does like freestyles and he does a lot of different voices.
Flow down. I would say as well.
Okay.
Chip does it quite well.
Yeah.
Obviously, J Hus has a weird accent, anyways. Like, even though he's like, UK born and bred, not born and bred like that. But do you know what I mean? He's an English speaker. He does his accent as well. But just for me, it's nothing personal against Wretch, it's just in places. If you listen to it again, you'll see what I mean. In places the accent's
I get
slipping
it.
a bit, and it's not what I want it
Yeah,
to be.
I get it.
Fair enough.
I get it. I get it.
That's my only negative thing about this. Otherwise, I think it's a fantastic
that's
album.
almost like a compliment in a way that you're finding something like that to like sort of pick
Well,
on.
it's the performance,
hold
isn't
it to
it?
a
To a
standard.
degree, it's part of the performance, and I put Wretch up there as one of the best rap performers in the UK. Like, he delivers his bars, so for him to not deliver those parts of his songs is a bit like
Yeah.
Fair,
you know.
fair.
How about you,
I
Neil?
was kind of similar to you, Sean. Actually, it very much reminded me of Bashi's kind of theme of an album. I feel like it was very mature. I feel like he paid a lot of homage to his upbringing, from his family, his roots, his reggae roots, his Caribbean roots, and just kind of where he's at in life. It felt very concise. The message was very clear. Don't want to say too much. It was a good listen. One thing I messed up on, I didn't really pay attention to what tracks I'm listening to sometimes. I just had it on playing when I was like commuting or driving and stuff. I think ones that stood out to me that when I definitely looked at, I'll definitely say was the Kano one, Home Sweet Home. That one for sure. The Western one.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Seven Seater. I remember like looking at it
Oh,
to see what was going on. But I don't think there was any songs that I hated on there.
No, yeah. To say I hate a track is me
Yeah.
lying. Yeah, I don't hate anything on here.
I think it's definitely in contention for album of the year. It's in contention for album of the year from the UK as well. It's a hard one. It really is, because I think, I'll have to keep listening again, and I'm gonna have to review it because it reminds me so much of Bash's. I'm gonna listen to Bash's one again and listen to this one again.
I did that last week.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Back to back, yeah. And it was a nice like couple to listen
Exactly.
to.
I feel like you can blend,
and they're very close in terms of like quality. They're different albums, but there are similarities, of course, too. But both high level, both very like when you finish it, it's like a wholesome feeling. That's the best way I can describe it. You get a lot from it, and it's not like we're going to come on to Billy Woods next, but it's not one of those. Billy Woods is a challenging listen. You know, it's going to test you.
Yeah, I ain't ready for that test.
Which isn't always for people when it comes to music, but with these albums, it's like it's full. It's a rich experience, but nice to listen to at the same time. What I would say is like the album, not to like get too into things, but album starts strong, but the run from Home Sweet Home to God's Work is crazy. Because you got Home Sweet Home with Kano, I think like goes into Black and British, Windrush, little things with Angel, Peace and Love with Scraps. Yeah, that's an incredible run. One of my favorite runs this year for an album.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. But if you want to talk about runs, Jesus Christ, Benny the fucking Butcher with Excelsior. That project is all killer, no filler. There's not a single song on there that's weak in any way, shape, or form. Benny the Butcher is in top form, but I mean, my complaint about Griselda is we'll get onto someone who's doing this a lot as well. They're just dropping too much music. It's impossible to listen to all of it. Like this project stuck with me because it's got one of my favorite songs of the year on there, or two actually. But has anyone else listened to the Benny the Butcher project?
I haven't.
You're missing out.
Really?
Yeah,
you're missing out.
Yeah, I listened to it. It's a good project. I mean, I don't think I think because I've listened to Wretch and another album so much, I've not really gone back to it too much. And I think I said earlier this year, it's just not a sort of style of rap that I'm gravitating towards as much these days. But the thing with Benny is he's so polished. You know what I mean? Like he's obviously he's talking so like, you know. He's on a certain vibe that probably doesn't align with that, but just in his terms of his delivery and his like just his whole style, he's an effortless rapper, very easy to listen to, and yeah, I think maybe because it's short, it's just a nice. If you're driving somewhere, 20-minute drive, whatever, it's a nice kind of listen like that. It's easy to get in and out, I guess, and. Yeah, like you say, all killer, no filler. What I will say is, I know I've said it to you guys like on the group, that Boldy feature, fuck, that is
We'll get to Boldy because I got a little thing I need to play as well as talk about with Boldy. But speaking about projects and speaking about moods that people aren't into, Billy Woods, Gollywog.
Can't lie, don't even know which album I like more between Wretch and Billy Woods. Both different vibes. Like Sean said, one's daytime, one's nighttime. The Wretch album, probably his best one he's ever released. I'd probably give it a 10. Same with Billy Woods as well. It could be his best one. Obviously, I like Maps. Obviously, the Arm & Hammer stuff and the other one with Kenny Siegel as well. But I think this one is cool. It's got different producers. Doesn't feel all over the place. It's very cohesive. The vision's strong. Amazing music on it, like that jazzy one with the singer on it that Sean put on the playlist. But then even the final track as well, Can't Be Located, like that one's crazy. The music video is a film. Definitely recommend that. Billy Woods he's a gas. Like there's so many moments on this that just blew my mind. Like the one Despot or whatever his name is, there's a track he's on where the beat drops halfway through the track. I felt like I entered an apocalypse. It took me back to those times at the Watch the Throne concert where like just fire was exploding and I was mind blown. I really had that on this Billy Woods album. And with Wretch, to be the same with Billy Woods, like both of them, they don't waste bars. The whole album, top to bottom, they're just rapping and rapping. But I love when Wretch, the melodies that he comes with, it's the complete version of a UK rap artist, I would say. Honestly, like, I would put Wretch up there with Getz, Simz, Kano now. Like, factually. He could, and if someone said he's number one, I'd take it as well.
I know we're taking a bit of a handbrake turn there, but Billy Woods, Gollywog is a dark, dark place.
Yeah, I'm alright with that then.
Yeah, he made a horror album.
Yeah,
Wait, a horror album?
shit.
So do you
horror
say that in the sense of like, if you was watching a horror film, this would be like on the soundtrack?
Worse. If you're having a nightmare, this is what plays.
More than that, yeah. This is the whole experience to me is like what
Neil,
So you get horrorcore.
One
rap.
second short.
Yeah.
Neil, I encourage you to listen to this to understand.
I don't know if I want to.
Sean's not going to be able to describe it. It's scary. Anyway, sorry, go on, Sean.
No, you're good. But you know, there's the whole that subgenre horrorcore.
Oh, I never heard that before. Sorry.
So like, you could the most mainstream example I can think of is like Eminem, particularly his early music, the kind of like serial killer vibe, and but and then you think of people like I'm trying to think like RZA has done a bit of that.
Tech Nine, did he do that? Tech Nine,
Tech Nine, yeah. What was his name? Was it Hopsin?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hopsin, yeah. That kind of thing where it's a little bit gimmicky. Do you know what I mean? It's not scary. Do you know like that thing? Whereas this is like, yeah, this is pretty terrifying at points. Like there's a beat on here in particular. I think is it called is it Waterproof Mascara or something like that? It is.
And do you know what it is as well, right? Some of the stuff that Billy Woods is talking about is like real life situations, which is quite scary as well. Like it's obviously not situations that any of us have been in, but it's like he's telling some stories that's like I don't know if these are his stories or someone else's, but it's like this is dark.
So is it like some boogeyman type vibe?
No, it's like okay, let's say tell me if I'm wrong, Sean. Here, I don't know if this is him or it was Boldy, but he was telling a story about getting kicked out of your house and then going back to collect your stuff and then leaving the rest in the street because you can't afford to take. Like it's heavy. When you listen to it, Neil, right? Forget about the beat and listen to what he's saying, and that's where the dark stuff comes from. And then obviously the beats around what he's saying, but it's nuts.
Okay. Yeah,
it's nuts.
It's like there's a term in film that I mean I've never really liked it because I've always found it a bit like pompous and snobby. But there was a period sort of last decade of horror films that would get called elevated horror, and I guess what people meant by that was, oh, this is a horror film, but it's also like deep and like dramatic, and there's more to it than just your typical horror, which to me is like I say a little bit like artsy fartsy and shit. I think that horror's horror and some of it's good, some of it's not, whatever. But that's how I'd kind of describe this. Is like it's aesthetically just like on the ear, it's uncomfortable at points. It's creepy. It's it's atmospheric, but like the actual content. I mean, I've been like, I've done this before on the podcast. I don't want to do this where you try, out of respect, you try to like explain things, but you're not actually like ready to formulate the opinion. But there's a hell of a lot going on here when like he's talking about racism, colonialism, but like using the doll as the kind of figure to address those topics. There's other stuff going on, like you say. There's personal accounts in here. He's just generally he's got a very interesting upbringing. He was like, I think he was. I don't know if he was born there, but he lived out in Zimbabwe for a while, and his dad was a part of the sort of the communist movement out there. So there's stories on other albums about that, but he's also spent a lot of time, I think, in Washington, but then moved to New York. So he's got that kind of perspective too. But he puts a lot of that into this album as well. So there's a lot to unpack. There's a hell of a lot going on. But again, like I said earlier, sometimes when it comes to music, that's not what everyone wants to be doing.
Yeah.
Wants to be listening.
I'll
to
check it out.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a heavy project, and it's
Yeah.
not in contention for album of the year, but it definitely has to go up there as something that, like, if you like rapping and you want to hear rapping done to a very high level and in a very unique, interesting way, listen to this project. Listen to this project, and you'll be in for an experience. It's not a good experience. It's scary, but it's an experience.
Yeah.
Okay, and moving swiftly onto something that's a bit more high energy, a bit more kind of like, wow, this is amazing that someone's doing something so different like this. Rico Nasty Lethal. Anyone listen to Rico Nasty, or no one got a chance?
I've seen it on
Didn't
my
get a
thing. I
chance
ain't
yet.
clicked it yet, man.
For me, Rico Nasty is doing something that a lot of people are too scared to do, which is where she's shamelessly being herself, right? And it feels genuine, it is genuine, but also this project it's something new, it's something different, and it doesn't really how can I put it? It doesn't really fit into the rap bucket. It fits into this kind of rap rock bucket, but it's more leaning towards the rap side because in my eyes, Rico Nasty is a rapper, but she's just gone for this new sound. So it's worth a listen to listen through to it once. But if you don't want to listen all the way through, just listen to Teeth Sucker and On the Low. Those are the kind of songs you need to hear to get a vibe of.
Does she have any features on it?
Yeah, no features.
No features.
No features.
Wow. Okay.
She couldn't really muster up a feature that would make any sense in this case. It's like she's trying to explore a sound herself for herself. If she brings someone else in, she's gonna have to alter that vision. And I respect what she's done here, especially even though we don't like to differentiate, sometimes you have to just to let people know, like for a female rapper, it's interesting to see someone going that far away from the current sound. And we'll get to new sounds later on, but at the moment, everyone's kind of samey, taking parts of everyone else's kind of sound and bringing it in, or trying to follow the new sound. It's like, actually, what if I just went the other way? And she went the other way, and it really worked in my eyes.
Yeah. She's someone that like I'm yet to like really sit with and digest the music. But when I do hear her, I like what I hear.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Schoolboy Q feature last year or just like the stuff she did with Kenny Beats way back. Just a side note quickly, because I think you shared something in the group video about Kenny Beats. Did he produce on this at all? Because he's kind of gone missing.
No, yeah. So at the moment, I don't know where Kenny Beats is, but it seems like he shut down the Cave, and he's kind of just disappeared and he did some songs for like Spider-Man, and I wonder whether or not he's making so much money doing that, or it's making him a good living doing that. He's like, why the fuck am I sitting down doing this Cave thing? Even though I love it, it's not making financial sense for me. And I'm not saying he's old, like he's a fucking pensioner, but he's a man of a certain age. He probably wants to chill if he's got kids and be with his kids. And if he could make the same amount of money he makes in a year doing, movie soundtrack stuff, why the fuck wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we said this before as well. Artists, producers, all creatives, they owe us nothing. Anything we get for them is a gift. So, I think Kenny's taken a step back to focus more on either doing like sync music, or like maybe he's trying to build a label, but he's definitely like out of the loop. Like we've only got one project.
Makes the heart grow fonder, right? So when he does enter back into the arena, I'm sure it's going to be hype.
Well, I think he's one of the better producers out there, and I say producer as opposed to beat maker, because what he did for Vince Staples' self-titled album is unlike anything else I've heard. You know what I mean? He created a vibe, he created a a soundscape that's really, really infectious. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I hope Kenny Beats isn't gone forever, but if he is, he's given us enough.
Yeah, for sure. But I
Okay.
also think that what was I going to say that obviously this is my opinion, but that last series of the cave, the season, sorry, that weren't that great to me.
But I think that's maybe what he kind of
Yeah.
got a bit upset with. But maybe we could do what happened to Kenny Beats, and you can have a
Yeah.
bit more of an opinionated opinion. But for now,
Yeah.
let's move on to the honorable mentions because this episode's getting long, and realistically, we've got a lot to get through still.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about Mike because I don't like Mike, but you can if you want to.
No, I think just a quick shout out. If Kieran was here, I'd maybe get into it a bit more because I know me and Kieran are like Theo likes Mike too, but I know me and Kieran are very much the kind of resident Mike fans here. But yeah, just a second project of the year, second project with Tony Seltzer as well. Different production wise to what he does generally with his solo albums. A couple of good bops on there, good energy. Yeah, I'd say check it out if you're into Mike and that whole scene. Yeah, it's a solid album. Yeah.
Okay, and moving on from someone who's dropped 2 albums in a year, how about Boldy James?
This is like the 7th.
Right? And let me just play this. This is from someone's Instagram story, but I think it's relevant in this situation. Where is this thing that I did? Oh, where did it go? This is to edit the fuck out of that moment. Here we go.
I can't keep up, bro. Like, let us enjoy the music you're giving us, bro. Before you drop new music, like, do you know what? I always complain about artists, not dropping music. Like, I hate artists that drop albums like every 2 years or stuff like that. Like, bro, and I hear it. You're giving us good music, Boldy, but let us actually get to play the music, bro. Let us get to play the music, bro. Like, bro, I'm still playing the last 2 projects you dropped like 2 months ago. Like, I haven't finished rotating them. Let me play them, bro. Fuck.
That's exactly how I feel about Boldy James right now.
Why do you think he's releasing so many songs?
I have no answer. It just doesn't stop. Like, it. Oh.
Is he? Do you think he's happy where he's at with his career?
I have no clue. Just give me a chance to at least give me one every other month. Hold them back a little bit. Like, are you dying or something? Like, why are you dropping all this music so quickly? 2 in a month is too much. But when you look back, it's like, well, you've dropped one every month since as well. So it's like, what? We're halfway into the year. You dropped 7 projects. Does that make any sense?
I'm with that person as well though, because Boldy is a, I'm not saying he makes like the greatest music within that space or is like the best writer, but there is substance there. There is stuff to sit with. So I'm fully with that person. It's a bit much to keep up with, but at the same time, it is impressive to be able to release this much, at least like at the bare minimum, solid music. It's not.
And they all
it's not
sound
rubbish.
a bit different. They're not samey. That's the part that
No.
I'm really trying to get my head around.
No, exactly. But he's very good at like. I think that's why his model works. Is he'll do an album with a particular producer, and he seems to like be connected to a variety of different producers from different spaces and things like that. So that's why his projects tend to be not, I wouldn't say super fresh each time, but there is, you can distinguish between them is what I'm getting at. But it is a lot, man. It is that the output is crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Right. Okay. Let's get on to the single segment because that is what the people came for. I'm joking. It's not. Realistically, this month's crazy. Obviously, you just mentioned a bunch of projects. Please go listen to those, if you're struggling for something to listen to. But if you've listened to all those and you're looking for more stuff, the playlist is packed. 4 hours worth of pure hip-hop entertainment. Westside Gunn and Doechii with Egypt remix. Absolute bangers there. Doechii's on a bit of a remix run. She's remixing her own songs or she's jumping on other people's songs as a remix. So, great stuff from her. Doechii is not stopping. We've got some great stuff from Stormzy as well. Stormzy's dropped, I don't know how many tracks, but I've heard 3 of them this month. They're amazing. I would, honestly, me of 3 years ago would not expect me to be sat here saying, go listen to Stormzy. But if you're looking for something to listen to, go listen to Sorry Rach. He addresses all the kind of outburst or whatever it's called, people being outraged about the whole McDonald's thing and all this and that. And he basically said, like, fuck you, I am who I am, I do what I want to do. So Stormzy's back. Big Chocolate is back, or whatever he's called. Stiff Chocolate is back.
Rotted. What?
He calls himself Stiff
Hold on.
Chocolate.
What? Oh, I thought you giving him nicknames. I'm like, what's going
No.
on?
I said
I'm
Big
about to
Chocolate by
say
accident,
red
but he calls
card.
himself Stiff Chocolate.
Get him out of here.
Nah. You be quiet, sir. Loyal Kana, you're a terrible person. Loyal Kana is gearing up to an album. He's putting stuff out. It's good stuff. I mean, if you're into Loyal Kana, it's good stuff. Fan favorite for me, George, UK rapper, really talented. He's gearing up towards a mixtape, I think, or a project. I don't know. I've seen him shooting a lot of stuff, like video wise. George is amazing. Lock into George. K-Trap, he dropped a few songs this month as well. Nothing crazy there. It's just more K-Trap. You know, if you like K-Trap, then listen to it. Lowski and Shy Cartier, they've had a big song this month, Uptown. If you haven't heard it, go hear it. Then you can say you've heard it, but you won't probably want to listen to it again. My current song of the month is by Kofi Stone, and it's called Linen Shirt. I'd never really listened to Kofi Stone like that. I know Sean's popped him onto the radar a few times here and there, but Kofi Stone is, he's doing some interesting stuff, making great music there. And to kind of be nice and maybe a little bit pandering to some of the people we were talking about earlier, Boldy James just dropped a new track, and Humankind, Humankind, I don't know how to say it right. Hanumankind, whatever. Kieran's obsessed with this guy. I don't really rate him, but he's from India or whatever, so listen to him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And one person I really, really want to highlight, and mainly because he's UK, but also because it's interesting that he's back. Mo Stack is back.
Oh, I heard about
and the song's not bad.
Yeah, he released music now.
Mo Stack is back. Yeah, Mo Stack is back, and people might not know about Mo Stack because he's been gone for so long. Like, it's like near enough, not pre-pandemic per se, but a long, long time since you've heard a big Mo Stack tune. I think he's on track to come back and take up the place of a lot of people that think they got.
I think that last tune I heard from him was the one with H.
Yeah, that was a good song. This one's good too.
Yeah, bro, he's back, is he?
This one's good too. I would say he's coming back. Like, I don't know where he was. I don't know what he's been doing the last 2-3 years, but he's dropping music again, and it's fantastic. Oh, who would I be to not mention? Little Simz. She dropped a new song. That video is fantastic. Have a watch rather than a listen, and you'll get a full vibe for it. And the reason why I've been so hesitant about saying like this name is because I feel like this is gonna be a big conversation. But the Clipse.
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Ace of Trumpets. Someone say something, because I've got too much to say.
Ace Trumpets. Yeah, boy, that's song of the year lyrically. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't believe how good this song is. Got me well excited for this Clipse album. But I see you all talking about Push's verse, which, don't get me wrong, Push's verse is absolutely insane. The Luigi bar, jeez, man, had to shout at that one. But why are we not talking about No Malice's verse? Literally, No Malice's verse is actually disgusting. It's actually insane. Layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. Deep, that verse, boy. That verse is insane. And I'm not even talking about the punchlines that got me the first time I listened to it. Obviously, like, drugs kill my teen spirit, like Welcome to Nirvana. That is a bar, but that's not even it. Deep, the Oscar bar. When he's talking about Mufasa. Spell Oscar and then come back to me. Peace.
Oh man, it's everything we waited for, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, we've been bubbling for a minute that these guys are back together in the studio. You know what I mean? We see them doing the model stuff with Pharrell. We're seeing them doing a few verses and stuff for the campaign. And yeah, we've been waiting for this, and then they dropped and didn't disappoint. They both gave us that kind of old school Clipse flair, but then obviously just revamped it with just new material. It was just
that beat is insane.
The Clipse have always had good beats. Always.
I'm not debating that. I know some of their beats are like classic, like up there, but like this beat is like, when I first heard it, I was like, where is this going, and am I gonna like it? And I could not believe what I was hearing.
Clipse have always had good beats.
You said in the group. Yeah, you said in the group something like this. Is this Did you say that new sound? The new sound is
This is the new
or-
sound.
Oh, this
I
is the
know.
new sound.
I know.
yeah.
I said previously. I don't know if I said it on here. If I just said it in private, but I was like, "Where's the new sound?" Like, I want the new sound. Bring me the new sound. We've been hearing too much of this same shit. That is the new sound.
Mm.
But it's almost
Yeah,
rock
yeah.
Marciano in a way, where there's like no drums and it's just like you know what I mean. But it's
Oh,
still.
yeah.
Oh my god, that beat is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pharrell doesn't ever stop making good music, but he can make so many different types. It's interesting to see him go back to this kind of like gritty gutter coke rap
But
style.
I think it's just their relationship. Like their partner, they're always like the Clipse and Pharrell. It's an undeniable chemistry that just always ends up in a banger. Like, yeah, man.
What did you think? I mean, look, we can talk about Pusha T's verse as well, but you know, I've said it a couple times in the group. I don't think Push misses. But what did you think of Malice or No Malice? Because that was the big one for me. Is like how is he gonna sound? I know we've heard a couple of things over the years, but like I thought he did his thing. I thought he sounded great.
Good.
He sounded fantastic. And the thing is, they're both like rapping in this way where it's like, I feel the energy. Do you know what I mean? And the bars are deep, like deep. Like you got that kind of religious element where they're talking about, you know, I'm this type of person. I came from this lineage and this. That. I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
I haven't really sat with No Malice's verse and tried to break it down because I keep hearing fucking Push go white glove service with the brick. I am Luigi, and every time I hear it's gone from that one bar. Now what? It's not even that crazy of a bar, but it's the delivery and just the thought process of that. I'm like,
yeah.
Push is one of the best deliveries of all time.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this project. I wasn't originally, again, because my own fault here, but I'm not a big Clipse fan. But this, whoa!
If you get a chance, listen to is it We Got It for Cheap? Is that the one? The thing Hell Have No Fury. What's the
Oh, Hell Have No Fury, amazing album.
I've heard that album. Yeah, I've heard that album. I think I liked it, but again, I think for me, the time where I'm hearing all these projects, it would probably be a bit before I was like a teenager or an adult. So it's like I'm hearing it as a kid. I'm like, this isn't. Do you know what I mean? This isn't good vibes. Like this is definitely not Christian. Back then, I was a big Christian, so. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't really sitting with my soul. Nowadays, I'm all about the fuck shit. So maybe I'll go back and love it. Who knows?
Did you see the news today as well about the album? It's been confirmed that Kendrick's on there. There's been rumors for a long time that Kendrick was going to be on this album, but that apparently the album was meant to be on Def Jam, but Def Jam asked them to first censor Kendrick's verse and then take the verse off, and they were like, "No, we're not doing that." So now I think they've been dropped, and it's being released by Rock Nation.
That's nuts. That just adds more hype to like what the fuck did Kendrick say?
Yeah, politics. Yeah, all connected to the lawsuit. Apparently,
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, let's be honest here. All these record labels, as much as they're meant to, you know, free up the music and give it out, like they're a business and they have to protect their business interests. So I fully understand the situation from, you know, the small bits I've heard. At the same time, let's get this album.
I just realized
I need to hear this
Kendrick's
album
on the album. I just clocked what you just saying. I'm hearing it, but I ain't processing it.
Keep up, granddad.
No, I heard it loud and clear. I'm thinking, but as soon as you mentioned the lawsuit, I was like, oh shit, wait, why are the lawsuits involved? Drake. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. So we can expect something to bubble up.
Do you think it's going to continue on? I don't think so.
I don't think Kendrick's done. I really don't think Kendrick's done.
He's just done the Gatorade advert, and there's the whole like the whole thing about losing and drop and all that. So he's
you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real. Like it's probably an unpopular opinion. I feel like if he keeps riding this train, it'll be his downfall.
I think he'll. I know. I agree, but I think he'll know when to stop. I think when the tour's done, we don't hear from Kendrick for a while.
This is the problem, right? I've now got into this cadence where I feel like Kendrick's dropping music all the time, and I've realized that he's not that guy, and he could just disappear now for 4 years. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not really ready for that right now. But that's probably what is going to happen, like you said, Sean. Like he's gonna.
There's still rumors of this, like people saying that there's another album or Bodies or something. They're talking about like that track and saying that there's going to be more. But I personally think that once the tour's done, and once this Push verse is out, the only other thing I can see happening is if Baby Keem's album rollout starts after the tour, and the PG Lang energy goes into that, and maybe we hear more Kendrick there. But no, I'm with you. You can't keep riding this much longer.
What I see happening is what I think is going to happen. Drake is going to drop Iceman this year, or whatever the fuck it's called, right? I think it's called Iceman.
Iceman.
He's going to drop that, yeah. It's going to rile Kendrick up because he's definitely going to have some sneak disses in there, or maybe even a full, like, addressing the situation thing. Kendrick's going to come through, drop the nuclear bomb, and then something will have to, come in the
I don't know,
fallout of
man.
this.
I feel like it's just going to be there'll just be more subs and like stuff like slick stuff like this advert that's out, and things like that, like the almost petty stuff that that Kendrick is kind of keeping on with at the minute. But for me, it's just the only thing for me is just like, because of the public reaction and the way Drake is being perceived and just how people deem it all went, it's just like you're kind of just shooting a man whilst he's down. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't land the same way. Do you know what I mean? And the more you do it, the less. So yeah, I'm with you, Neil. I think that once we get past this tour, I'll be shocked if there's no mention in this Push verse. Like,
I think the Push verse is literally all that.
Yeah,
you got to remember, think about this. Push and Kendrick both have something against Drake.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
personal.
that.
It's personal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, no. I don't know with Push. Push. I remember at the time, Push was just like, "No, I've just got a black heart. Like, I don't give a shit." Like, do you remember that when he was on Joe Budden? And they were all like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "No, I don't.
I think I have no." Actually, yeah.
I think Push is just an evil. Like, he's a villain. Do you know what I mean? He's just like
I think it's played to the cameras, but I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for him, it all started with Wayne, and it? There was the whole fallout with Clipse and Pharrell and Wayne, and the Drake stuff just kind of built. And as soon as he said Virginia Williams, Push was like, "Oh, okay, right, boom, I'll get you." Yeah.
He inherited that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit, that made me think of a Kendrick, but I inherited the beat. Pusha T. Sorry. Someone said inherited the beat. That has got me thinking straight there. Yeah. All right, let's bring this one home. Sean, give us the June release date. I haven't got a button for that. Oh, and I'll do somewhere. Here we go.
This Friday we've got the long-awaited Little Simz album, Lotus. Obviously, we've had a few singles for that, so very much looking forward to that one. We're apparently getting new Lil Wayne, the Carter 6, unless I've missed some news about that being delayed, but that's apparently happening on the same day. There's a more underground artist called McKinley Dixon, who we spoke about a couple years ago. Again, I know that Kieran's a fan of theirs too, so we'll probably be able to speak better to them in a month's time. They're dropping that day with an album called Magic Alive. Apparently Young Thug's coming back with a project. He's been in the news a little bit, speaking on Cuddy and the whole trial thing.
Pushing positivity.
Yeah. And then AJ Tracy's dropping as well.
AJ Tracy's interesting. I don't know if it was this month or last month, but AJ Tracy dropped a song with Big Zoo. And it was quite a good song, quite upbeat. And it was like, oh, who said Grime's dead? It's like, oh, okay, you're doing that again. So, I'll be looking into this project. But if he goes for pop song, rap song again, and Georgia Smith in the mix, I'm out again. Like I'm back not liking his music.
No, I know what you mean. And then the only other one that I can think of, and that I listed on our document, is Loyal Kana is dropping at the end of June.
That's confirmed. Loyal Kana doesn't fuck around with dates, does he?
No, he don't fuck around. No. And the singles are telling me that he's been through some stuff, and the album artwork and everything. So that might be a little bit of a tricky one to listen to. But I think look, he's always got stuff to say. Good music.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's his marriage? Like, what do you think is going on with him?
He had a line. There's one of the singles. He says something about being. How can I be a rapper and a dad or something like that? Or, So I reckon there's been some strain on relationships, whether that be with his partner or like, I don't know if they're still together or not, whether it be like he spoke a lot about his relationship with his dad in the last album and the sort of the trauma of that and like wanting to break the cycle. I wonder if maybe some things have crept into his own relationship with his child. I think his son. So maybe we're getting a kind of
2 kids now. Am I just putting stuff
possibly,
out there?
Possibly. I'm not sure, but I know that one of the kids is like in the studio with him on one of these songs as well. So
I feel sorry for Lil Kana because he is a great rapper, but he's got this weird stigma around him, and it mainly comes from people like me that are like white people that say they're into rap. They just listen to Lil Kana. It's like that's not it. Like there's more to it than Lil Kana. He's great, but that's what I mean by I feel sorry for him. Like he's got a fan base that doesn't actually like rap music. They just like him.
yeah. I mean, I was surprised that he remember he played Wembley Arena that time, big show at
Sold
Wembley
out, yeah.
Arena. I didn't realize he was that big, but yeah, I guess that is the case. Maybe
He's
does
not a
have
big
that type of
rapper.
fan
He's
base.
just loyal Kana. It's just odd.
Yeah. But then he's also like, well, I remember we spoke about it. He's like one of the very few UK rappers to have a Madlib beat, which says something. You know,
He's well respected, and this is what I mean by like Hugo went over a lot of the listeners' head.
I
Like
love
the
that
people that listened to the album made it what it is, and whatever else they didn't take it in right because it's like this
Yeah.
is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
but it never because of the stigma around him, it never got to the people that would be listening to a Wretch or a Getz or a Kano. But he's up there. He out of all the rappers we've got right now, yeah, he's one of the best for the younger generation, shall we say?
Yeah. I have him in the same lane as like a Sims, and Sims is probably the leader of that, but he's
Sims is different. Sims
right
is
underneath.
whew. Sims. The thing is with Little Sims, right? Right now, she's on a great run where she's actually dropped some great projects back to back. Obviously, Simbi is the moment that made it start, but she's not really dropped too much quality from there till now.
Yeah.
And I think this next project's going to be like blowing our minds. But I think this is the thing people need to get into their head. Music's going to start sounding a bit weird for a while, and we need to embrace that. I think this album's going to sound a little bit weird from Little Simz.
Why is that?
Yeah, I mean this single, the video, all that is she's definitely pushing boundaries with her.
Because we're in a transitional state. We've had the same sound for 5-6 years, and for the new sound to come through, we have to hear some weird stuff. Obviously, with Clipse' stuff, we're liking it, we're vibing with it, but that is the new sound. With Rico Nasty, again, that's a bit too far to one side, but it's part of the new sound or newer sounds that are going to come in. You know, when we went from boom bap into the more electronic beats, there was an element of time where the beats might have been a bit, not so good. When we went from the electronic beats into the drill style drum patterns, there's movements that happen in music, and because now we're here, analyzing it all the time, I'm a bit more conscious of the fact that everyone's dropping a little bit of an experimental album.
Okay.
And Simz is that kind of artist that will happily embrace that.
Yeah. That's a good place to end, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think May's been an interesting month.
Yeah.
Next month's going to be a great one because we've got hopefully all these projects coming out, so we'll have a lot to sink our teeth into, and we've got the mid-years coming up, which is well, in recent years it's been a bit of a dud because we haven't been on job, but we're on job this year. Okay, we're signing new hosts and we're giving out new awards. We're giving out the Diddy Award for the most baby oil.
Oh. Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.